Let's enjoy English school. I'm Chris Gorski.
I'm Minnie.
And today it's September 28th. That's Confucius's birthday.
Yeah.
But today we're talking about another great master, Bob Ross.
那今天9月28号是我们孔子诞辰纪念日的教师节。那我们要讲一个电视上教画画的老师，接续昨天的主题 Bob Ross 的故事。
I think Confucius would like Bob Ross. They would be friends.
I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Confucius is like so square.
And Bob Ross is very cool and mellow. He cares about art. He's a teacher. Confucius and Bob Ross would be like good friends.
I don't think
This
so.
means good friends, by the way. Foreigners do this. So I think so. Yeah.
We do this 切八段。
All right. So our title today is The Timelessness of Bob Ross. Less, the J way, means it's an adjective. But then we have N-E-S-S. This means it's a noun. So we see timeless, 原本是形容词，然后加 ness, now it's a noun.
对，所以加 LASS 是没有嘛 ，timeless 就是没有时间的，就是代表它不受时间控制的。那加了 NESS 之后，它变成名词了哦，所以这个词性的转换要特别注意。
So underline that. This is ADJ, underline this, and write noun. And let's get ready for paragraph 1. So before we start paragraph 1, I have seen Bob Ross in Taiwan before. And and if you live in Taipei, you know about, of course, the famous Xin Es light. And I think like floor 4 or something, there's like an art floor, right? They used to show Bob Ross, I don't know now because we can't go anywhere, but they would show Bob Ross videos. And like my wife wanted to go look for like something or other, I would just stand in front of the TV there and watch Bob Ross paint.
Wow.
I would just stand there.
所以老师说，在成品的4楼，可能就是卖绘画用品的地方，他其实是有在播这个 Bob Ross 的影片诶。
And they would sell his paints and all that stuff. I mean, he died 1994, 1995. It's 2021, and they're still showing his videos. That's pretty good.
26、7年了，影片还是流传于世哦。
And you can actually watch it in Japanese, and it's interesting because they change his voice.
Oh.
Bob Ross's voice is so famous. You can watch it in Japanese, but don't. It's still a good show, but part of Bob Ross's experience is the way he talks to you.
所以老师说日文的也有版本，但不要看，因为他们日文的配音啊，感觉不到 Bob Ross 他原本的那种很柔顺的那种
Yeah,
感觉。
it's good. Don't get me wrong. The Japanese is good, but you need to hear Bob Ross speak.
Authentic is always the best, right?
That's right. That's right. All right, here we go. During the COVID-19 pandemic, many people were stuck in their homes for months.
Yeah. 对，所以在我们这个新冠肺炎的期间啊，许多人困在家里好几个月之久，就这么久的时间。
Let's sigh. Next. How were they going to pass the time?
那我们要如何打发时间呢？
In the UK, one television station decided to replay episodes of The Joy of Painting.
所以在英国呢，有一家电视台就决定啦，既然大家都待在家里，对不对？那我们就一直重播欢乐画室的节目。
The station thought Bob's warm personality and easygoing teaching style would help calm and encourage people.
那这家电视台觉得说，这个 Bob Ross 的暖男个性，还有他那种随性啊、很冷静的教学风格，可以帮助抚慰跟激励人心。
That's exactly right. So easygoing means calm. It means it's not easy to make someone angry. Easygoing is a great phrase.
Easy going 是随和的意思，要注意哦，是 easy going， 不要只讲 easy 哦，尤其是女孩子，千万不要说 I'm an easy person， 错啦。Easy going，OK， 是随和，不是随便哦。
Yeah, those are very good points. Let's continue. Viewers, that means watchers, but don't say that. Viewers might even learn a new skill as well.
那观众甚至还可以学到一个新的技能。
So when we use as well, we really mean also. But we can't say also and as well together. So we can say viewers might also even learn a new skill. 还是 viewers might even learn a new skill as well.
As well 跟 also 其实都是也是的意思，但要注意的是这两个不能同时使用，而且它们使用在句子里的位置也不一样。如果你要用 also 是加在 might 后面 might also， 那如果你要用 as well 是加在句尾的地方 also 就不见了。
Now, don't forget, I already said viewers, don't say watchers, but write that down. 接下来 don't say watchers because that feels like an easy way to say this in English, but it's inaccurate. We will not talk about like YouTube watchers. When we talk about a YouTube watcher, that means someone that studies something. 他研究. So for example, maybe you're a Taiwan watcher. 你没有 like 看台湾的电视. This means you study Taiwan.
所以在这边呢，我们观看人啊，我们会说 watch TV， 所以很多人会讲 watcher， 但是是错的，因为 watcher 他会感觉好像是一个研究员， 我就这样子插着手，然后一直在看那个数据在跑，这感觉是 watcher。如果你要讲的是，我是一个观众，我们会用 viewers， 就像我们在 YouTube 上面有多少人看过，浏览次数也是几个 view 嘛，所以这样去想 viewer 跟 view，OK？
All right, let's get ready for our next paragraph. Hey everyone, wait, I already said hello. Welcome back to Enjoy English School. We're talking about the timelessness of Bob Ross, and we're about to start paragraph 2. But I have something in common with Bob Ross.
Oh.
That's right. So Bob Ross, when he would talk with you, it sounded like he was having a conversation. He's like, 突然想到这个，就讲一下，错误, happy little accident, 怎么样. Like he was just talking. But that's not true at all.
He's not just talking?
No, in fact, he planned every single thing he would say.
Wow.
Bob Ross was extremely, in English we would say meticulous. He was very detail-oriented. He planned everything.
所以老师刚刚讲哦，他跟 Bob Ross 有一个共同点，就是你会看起来好像我们在闲聊啊，干嘛的？其实这些都是精心设计过的细节。
So he was a really good actor in many ways, where he looked like he was very calm and just very natural. But in fact, everything was an act. He was acting the whole time. He would lay in bed and think about what he would say and where and what he would do. And a lot of times, when I know I'm going to do something like this, I think, what will I talk about? What will I say? First A, then B, then C. Today, what's the important thing? If I don't, I feel very uncomfortable. I need to prepare a lot for something like this, or I feel it's just going to be terrible.
所以老师说 Bob Ross 跟老师本人 Chris 老师本人都有一个习惯，就是他们可能在睡前或者在起床的时候还躺在床上时间，他们就会去想好自己的大纲 A 在 B 在 C。那我呢，以一个学习英文的人来讲，我要告诉大家，学英文这样也非常有帮助，尤其是如果你要当一个很好的 speaker。那先想好你的故事大纲也是非常重要的一个关键点之一。
Yeah, I think in the military, Bob Ross would say, prior preparation prevents poor performance.
所以这个意思就是说，你的事前准备是可以避免你台上的紧张或者是很糟糕的表现。
And they would yell it, prior preparation prevents poor performance. All right, let's continue. After all, Bob isn't just a nice guy.
所以毕竟呢 Bob 他不只是一个好先生哦。
He's also an excellent painting instructor, especially for beginners.
他也是一个优秀的绘画老师，而且特别是对初学者来说。
Now, when we say instructor, that just means teacher. But generally speaking, when we say instructor, we don't mean like in the usual school subjects, math, science, reading, writing, and like social studies. Those are like the平常 school subjects. If you don't teach that, we would call you an instructor. But don't worry too much about that word.
那 instructor 这边其实就是老师的意思，但是通常我们讲 teacher， 我们会指的是国英数社自这个主要科目。那如果非主要科目或者是课外课程的话，我们就会用 instructor 这个字。
And if you teach like exercise, you become a coach.
那如果教运动体育的，你就是教练，我们会用 coach coach 这个字。
Our next sentence says, in his show, Bob introduced his painting techniques as well as a handful of colors and painting tools that he used.
那在这个节目当中 Bob 他会介绍很多他的 painting skills， 也就是他的绘画技巧，然后还有一些他使用的画具啊，或者是像一些颜料的东西。
So a technique, if we want to use an easier English word, because technique is hard to say, it's hard to spell, we also could say his moves. M-O-V-E-J-S. It becomes a noun, okay? When we talk about someone's moves, we talk about their techniques or styles. A lot of time you'll hear about someone's dance moves.
所以像 dance move 这个字，我们比较好可以理解 move 它其实有点像你的身体移动，你跳舞的动作，跳舞的技巧。所以如果你觉得 techniques 这个字很难，你也可以用 move 这个字来代替。但是我还是建议大家把 techniques 背起来啦。
Yeah, techniques is, don't get me wrong, techniques is a very good word.
超棒的字。
But moves is also another common word. 同义词 are very useful in
对，
English.
如果你突然忘记了，可以替换用的。
All right, our next sentence says, that way, people could follow along without needing to buy expensive paints and brushes.
那如此一来，因为他在节目里也会用到这些话剧嘛，所以大家就不需要买很昂贵的颜料啊，或者是很昂贵的刷具，就能够学他画的画了。
But actually, when people studied Bob Ross, they found out that a lot of people never painted with Bob Ross's TV show.
Oh?
That's right. Remember what I told you? When I was a kid, I would just watch it and it's amazing to watch. And a lot of people used his show to fall asleep.
所以老师刚刚有说，就是其实很多人在看这个 Bob Ross 的这个节目，他们其实没有跟着真的画画啦，就跟老师一样，舒压用的，睡前小品看一下，好好的睡觉。
And Bob Ross learned about this, and they say, don't you feel bad that people use your TV show to fall asleep? And he said, no, because Bob Ross loved to make people happy. And when they were asleep, they were happy. So he loved that people used his show just to sleep.
然后有人就问 Bob Ross 说，你做秀这么辛苦，然后很多人其实都没有在画画，你会不会很难过？ Bob Ross 说不会啊，只要大家开心的睡着，开心的起床，就是对我来讲最好的回报。
I don't feel like that. Sit up. Don't daydream.
老师说不疗愈哦，好好的做笔记。
That's right. Look at me. Pick up that pencil. All right, here we go. Let's get ready for our final paragraph. So every time Bob Ross made an episode of The Joy of Painting, he painted the same thing 3 times.
哇，所以每一集同一集 Bob Ross 都需要画一样的东西3次。
So first before the show, he would paint his painting and then he would keep it off camera. So when he was painting and talking to you, he was actually also looking at the same painting so he knew what was next.
所以在拍这一集的以前，他会先画好一个完成品，然后放在这个荧幕镜头前面，然后他会一边画一边跟大家聊天，然后一边看着这一幅画，最后会长这样哦。
But if you look at his eyes, you never see him look at that painting. He was really good.
但是如果你看着他镜头这样看着他，你永远不知道他其实在看的那一幅画。
And then after the show, he would paint it for a 3rd time, and this time, someone would take pictures for him, and those would go into his books that he would sell. All right, let's continue with our final paragraph. Many people, however, just watch The Joy of Painting in order to relax.
所以我们刚刚其实有提到过，对不对？有很多人看欢乐画室，其实只是为了 relax， 为了放松一下。
Okay, I want you to highlight in order to. In order to is like the very full way to say this.
为了
That's right, but you could also just say
to.
The Joy of Painting to relax. That's exactly right. 你不用说那个 in order.But if you want to say, like, 老师说你要写150个字, you say in order to, right?
所以 in order to 为了我们可以省略 to， 但是
Yeah. 老师说一定要写150个 Okay, in order to enjoy the show.
3个字就好了。
Yeah, that's right. Our next sentence says, some will watch it when they are having trouble falling asleep or when they are under a lot of pressure.
那有很多人呢，他其实不是为了画画，而是在失眠。我们刚刚讲了 having trouble falling asleep 失眠，或者是 under a lot of pressure 压力很大的时候看他的节目。
Now with pressure, SS, fa, SH, write that down. Now, when we have the phrase having trouble falling asleep, it's not the same as having trouble sleeping.
Oh.
It's very close, but it is different. So 我再来说一次 having trouble falling asleep 不是 having trouble sleeping 一样 Okay? When we have trouble falling asleep means 你没办法入睡 But when you had trouble sleeping, that means you can fall asleep, but you wake up very easily and a lot. For example, you were saying you have a kitty in your house and it kept like clawing at the door. Were you having trouble falling asleep or were you having trouble sleeping?
Kind of both.
Okay, so 还可以睡觉，突然起来，然后我很吵，我没办法再睡觉。So these are two different sentences, but they're very close.
哇，好重要的句子哦。那 having trouble 其实它相反就是 having fun。那 having trouble, having fun 这种句子后面加的动词都是 V-I-N-G.
Good point. Our next sentence says, others say the peaceful sounds of Bob's voice and paintbrush strokes produce a pleasant feeling.
所以有人表示说 Bob 他平和的这个声音加了 S 哦 ，S 要圈起来，还有这个画笔一笔一笔这样子激发了一种愉悦感，有点像现在网络上很多人会看那个 ASMR.
That's what I wrote too.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote too.
ASMR 什么猫咪吃东西啊，或者是梳头发的声音啊，就是激发你那个脑袋的那种颅内高潮 ，and then 你就会比较好睡觉了。
Yeah, and Bob Ross is perfect for ASMR. If you don't know what this is, it just means those sounds that just sound really nice. They're very relaxing.
Yeah.
Bob Ross, when he would often he would scrape the paint. He wouldn't paint it. He would often scrape it to create like 那个树叶的感觉. Yeah, it's a sha 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 sha. And like, yeah, that if you don't know what ASMR is, just type in ASMR on YouTube, and there are ASMR and then like 差不多任何个东西. And there's somebody, like usually, honestly, like a pretty girl doing it, and everyone watches this pretty girl doing a super boring thing. Yeah. Like if I did ASMR, 0 views.
But the good ASMR video 通常都是没有拍到人脸，都是声音的。
I always keep seeing like some pretty girl doing some boring
That's
thing.
not ASMR. You're not using your ears.
And she's like, today I'm going to, like, I don't know, something really loud.
I'm going to tell you a story.
我要敲门. It's like bam, 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 bam. And because it's a pretty girl, everyone watches it. It's not fair.
Not only for him. 这边要切一条线，我没有，我都是看真正的 ASMR.
But it's fun to watch, and it's exactly what Bob Ross is like. If you know what ASMR is, watch Bob Ross, and you're like, yeah, this is ASMR before ASMR was a thing.
Yeah, ASMR 的始祖就是 Bob Ross 了。
And so our final sentence today, give the show a try and see how it makes you feel.
所以 give something a try 是一个很重要的用法，可以荧光笔画起来，代表说你给什么东西一个机会或尝试一下。所以不妨看一下这个节目，瞧瞧你的感觉如何。
So we talked about Bob Ross for 2 days now, but in fact, before the show today, you told me you didn't grow up on Bob Ross. There was another show that you watched. We're wondering if you saw it.
Yeah, 叫做 Art Attack， 中文叫做什么？叫做什么啊？突然间忘记耶。中文是什么啊？
I don't know.
创意就是一个 Disney 的，他是一个主持人是穿红色的衣服，然后他也是有点像这种画画，但是比较是给小朋友看的。
Yeah, when you showed me the picture of it,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I totally see this. Like when I was an older kid, this was before you were alive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was probably like 8th grade, 1990. I was still pretty young. I was like 8 years old.
Yeah.
So, but I don't remember this show because I was poor and Disney cost a lot of money. So
That's not true. Disney 电视台就有了，好不好？
No. In America, the Disney Channel, you had to pay for it, and it was extra. It was expensive.
真的哦
Yeah, I'm dead serious. So I never saw Art Attack. I had heard of it, though.
动手玩创意。对，想到了，那个秀的名字叫动手玩创意，英文叫做 Art Attack, ATTACK, Attack 攻击的那个字。对啦。
Yeah, I think Art Attack would be a good name because Bob Ross was in the military, right? That would be a good name for his show. But I think the joy of painting really tells you more about his personality.
Yeah, and also because Bob is a little more like gentle, right? So attack is not a good word for him. 他没有攻击。
Let's get ready for vocab review. All right, it is time for vocab review, and our first phrase today is to be stuck someplace.
这是在第一句我们讲到说，在新冠肺炎，大家会被困在某个地方，所以这个 stuck stuck 其实是 stick stick 的过去式。那我们这边把它当作是形容词使用，困在哪里
When you finally see this, we hope you're not stuck at home.
？Yeah.
Next, we have easy going.
Easy going 叫做随和，不是随便哦，是随和。
That's right. Next, we have a technique.
Technique 这个字虽然好像有点难，但它是非常好用的一个字，就代表你的技巧。
The simpler word is moves. Next, we have a paintbrush.
那 paintbrush 就是我们刚刚讲的画画要用的这个画笔。
That's right, of course. You know toothbrush, you know brush.
牙刷
It's just
梳
paintbrush.
子
Next we have somebody be under pressure.
所以 under pressure 这个 under 就是你要想象你在压力的那个乌云以下的感觉，所以你在高压下、压力下，我们就会说 under pressure.
Maybe you remember that Queen movie from a few years ago, Under Pressure. Doom, 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 doom.
I don't think they know.
It was a famous movie. Okay, next we have peaceful.
Peaceful 就代表是非常 calm, 非常平和和平的 peaceful.
Just like me. And next we have pleasant.
Pleasant 这个字很棒哦，是代表愉快、愉悦、开心的意思。Pleasant.
Don't say pleasant, it's pleasant.
Pleasant.
And that is all the time we have for our pleasant episode on Bob Ross. We are done for the month, but we hope to see you again next month in happier circumstances. But until then, I'm Chris Gorski.
I'm Minnie.
We'll see you next month.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
第56页，人物传记，跟着爆炸头老师一起欢乐绘画。
The Timelessness of Bob Ross. During the COVID-19 pandemic, many people were stuck in their homes for months. How are they going to pass the time? In the UK, one television station decided to replay episodes of The Joy of Painting. The station thought Bob's warm personality and easygoing teaching style would help calm and encourage people. Viewers might even learn a new skill as well. After all, Bob isn't just a nice guy. He's also an excellent painting instructor, especially for beginners. In his show, Bob introduced his painting techniques as well as a handful of colors and painting tools that he used. That way, people could follow along without needing to buy expensive paints and brushes. Many people, however, just watch The Joy of Painting in order to relax. Some will watch it when they are having trouble falling asleep or when they are under a lot of pressure. Others say the peaceful sounds of Bob's voice and paintbrush strokes produce a pleasant feeling. Give the show a try and see how it makes you feel.